Hello everyone. In the last video, we have seen some of the basic structure of JavaScript, and we also learn how to declare a variable, and then how to do some mathematical operation, and what are the standard data type in JavaScript, and also we learn about function as well. In this video from onwards, we're gonna learn some of the data types and its available methods in it. So one of its which we're gonna learn today is JavaScript string. So string are used for storing or and manipulation text. So what I mean is, like, let's say we declare a variable called x with the value called John Doe, and we can also declare something like car name 1, car name 2, something like that. We can declare it inside a double quote or a single quote, both works. There is something I would like to highlight. So here, if you see that if we put anything inside a double quote, and we have the flexibility to put a single quote inside as well, and that will print out here as well. So this is something you can always remember. So other than that, yeah, so this is the example what I was talking about. So there is one method called string.length, which will gonna give the total size of the string. So for example, for this is from A till Z, and if we print the length here, so we're gonna see is 26. Other than length, we have other than length, we have so many operation, right? So we can see what are the operation available. So let's say we declare str, and if we say str dot, then we see that length is one of it, which we just now saw. Other than that, we have like car at, then concat, ends with fix, then index of, then there are lots of method available. As a programmer, we don't really memorize everything. We usually will memorize based on our experience, right? So some of this you're gonna learn when you do the programming. I would always recommend you to look at the reference when you're writing something. For example, there are always a documentation for each of the method here. I will recommend to visit this website. So if you go to this website, developer.mozilla.org, they have quite standard documentation what are each of the method does. For example, just now we have seen the length. Other than that, we have like car act. So car act is nothing but it will gonna give you the return method. Return a new string consists of string UTF-16 Unicode blah blah blah. So you can read about it when you run that. For example, this is a total string. Then when we do that car at index, we know that is a queue. So we pass the index as 4. So 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4 is a queue. So there are lots of like that. So it's always based on what you need. Probably what you are looking for in a string, probably there is a function to do that. If you don't have, then you need to write your own function. So this is something we can run through one by one, but I think that will take lots of time. So it's better as a programmer you look into it, and if anything you need specifically, you always write your own code, or there are lots of library to do it. For example, reversing a string, or finding some specific character in a string, or finding a sequence. In the interview, there will be some of the interview question, right? So they will ask you to find a Fibonacci number from a string. Is a Fibonacci or not? So something like that. So it is always recommended that you read some of the string method and do some of the documentation on it. Then you can understand that how it works. um, that's my suggestion, right? Other than that, we can learn about some of how to skip some character, right? For example, here we write something, right? What if we want to create a place a double quote here? We can skip it by like this, then we can print it like this. So this is how we can skip some character. um, so yeah. um, Other than that, what else? Let's see. So this is a backslash, this is a form field, this is a new line. So these are quite standard in JavaScript. So when you put an n, it will create a new line always when we print it out in a browser or somewhere. uh, so string can be object as well. What does it mean by when we define something, right? We define like str equal to something, we can do similar to that like this also. So this will be also a string. We learn type of, and it's an object, right? So you see this is an object, but actually this is a string. And if we do y dot length, we still have this 4. Then y dot then we have see all the string method which available. um, let's see what is the thing we have. I think that's it from the string side. We have different method also in string, like one of is we have seen like length. Then index of is something we can find what is the index of location. So these are the basic method which you can look into. So it will return the index of this location. So it will return 1 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. I think it should return 7 or something. Let's see. Yeah, it returns 7. Always remember that it index always start from 0 in programming, so that's why it's 7. So other than index of last index of, we're gonna return the last occurrence. So first occurrence is this, second occurrence is this, so this will return on the index of this place, this L. Yeah, so searching is also something which we can see. It will return, I believe it's a array, it will return a array. Oh, okay. Search also return the location of the position. Okay. The true method index are equal except same argument parenthesis return the same value. Search method cannot take second start argument. Index of method get powerful and search something like this. Okay, this is good. So other than string, we have slice. Slice is something you can take a slice of from a index of till the index. So you take from 7 till the 13 index. Then you can press negative also. Let's see what does it does. So let's return is a banana. So what is the logic of this? JavaScript count position from 0. First position is 0. If the parameter is negative, position counted from the end of the string. So it return from end of the string from here is okay. So -12 till -16 is the banana. I believe this is the one it's returning. Okay, that's a good thing to learn. Slice is something, it will slice the whole thing into some value from the 0 position. So if we don't pass the first argument, on the second argument what it will gonna do, it will gonna slice from the beginning. So if we now print the s is banana and QE, so it will take from here till here. So okay, so if we press a negative, what does it do, right? Now it's a banana and QE, so it takes from -12 itself. So substring is also another thing which we can look into. Now substring also return a string in between these two location. So substring and set slice is similar. Here is the similar difference between is specific length or expected part. So they return some expected length which we need, something like that. So yeah, we can pass the negative argument as well. So we can replace, so it will look for Microsoft and return with the W3 school. So replace is one of a function method. Replace, other than replace, we can pass a regular expression as well. So this is something called regular expression. We shall gonna use the regular expression to find all the possible match and then replace with this value. So point minus g is a global flag, and this I is a normal regular expression flag. We can pass lowercase to uppercase. So this is interesting. So for example, we have this string, right? Dot to lowercase. If we pass is all lowercase, then we can do str dot uppercase. It will make everything into uppercase. So that's something. So in inside, what it does is like it always use the ASCII value to convert this. So we know this ASCII table, right? So every ASCII value we have has a number. So number 1 2 3, something like that. So if we have a smaller a, what it does, it convert to it is a 61, it convert that to 41. So something like that. So that's how it does the string lowercase or uppercase. Concat is something, it connect two string together. So if we do concat with these two string, it will gonna print as hello world. Trim is like if there is any white space, it will remove this white space and it will convert to a single string without the white space. Replace is something which is like we learned before. It can use a regular expression as well. This is a regular expression. I believe this is doing some white spacing and everything, and then it replaces with the empty space. Okay, so string prototype trim is something. So whenever you have a some in JavaScript, whenever you have a object or anything, right, it will always have a prototype. So it will always have a prototype. Something is prototype of. So something we can always get a prototype of anything. And then for string is we can get the prototype and we can get all the method and everything is available, right? So and from there, if you see, it has a method called trim, and it's all this, right? And we can override this trim method with this different thing. Okay, so what it will do is like sometimes we want to override some of the method. We shall gonna enable us to do that. We can add a new method as well on this prototype as a string, so that can be added on the string itself. So this is the padding start, padding end, something like that. This is supported by only few browser. If you want to support it like in our normal JavaScript or something, we might need to add some polyfill, which you can learn about, something like they call it polyfill. So you can learn about this polyfill. It is nothing but if that particular version of JavaScript doesn't support a particular method, we can add a polyfill of that particular method, which will gonna help us to write those method itself without writing our own code. So that's very helpful. I believe that's it for this video. In the next video, we're gonna see the number and array as well. So that's it. See you on the next week.